Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be comparing the CX-50 hybrid to the CR-V hybrid to see who makes a better hybrid. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Stockton 12 Honda for giving me some time with the CR-V, and then to the Southtown Mazda for giving me some time with the CX-50. Link to both their inventories in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering the Mazda is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder paired to a hybrid and an ECVT. Power outputs are 219 horsepower. Fuel economy is 39 around town and then 37 on the highway. Now powering the CR-V is a 2 liter 4-cylinder paired to a hybrid system. It puts out 204 horsepower. And then fuel economy is 40 around town and then 34 on the highway. The combined is pretty close. 38 over there, 37 over here, but the city and highway a little bit different. Before we move forward with this comparison, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So when it comes to looks, I think these are both stylish crossovers. You can see the Mazda's got a very aggressive, somewhat boxy design. You got like the fake vents there on the front. The Honda's a lot more sleek. I mean, the headlights are pretty boxy on the Honda. Everything's all blacked out, so it's got a very sporty appearance. It's got little rocket boosters there on the front end too, which is kind of interesting. And then popping around the side here, you can see they've gone for darker coloration on the wheels with both of them. Notice with the 50, big chunky plastic bodywork, whereas with the CR-V here, still, you know, exposed plastic, but it's a lot more modest. So here's your side profile with CR-V, and then here's your side profile with the CX-50. Now popping into the back of the 50, you can see there's a ton of storage space. This is a very spacious crossover. We've got little tabs to throw down the seats as well, so definitely a nice setup, and it is power for the hatch to close. And then you can see with the rear, that theme of kind of like rugged sportiness continues. Again, that's what Mazda's going for with the 50. And this leads us over to this CR-V, which doesn't have as much space here in the back. It's actually a little bit shorter overall, I would say. It's kind of a good way to describe it, and then it's interesting with the cutouts there, and then you can't get under here with the hybrid CR-Vs. But anyways, when you're all done, same thing, power, and that will plop back down. Almost forgot the rest of the rear there. But let me know which exterior you like more, whether it's CR-V or CX-50. Now this leads us inside with the CR-V, where you can see we've got some kind of like cool trim here at the top, but then it's actually soft touch down below. And look at all the stitching throughout. Pretty fancy pants. Getting in's easy. There's plenty of room here in the back. We also have some vents here in the back, USB ports as well. And then headroom back here, it's a little bit troublesome with the sunroof, but it's not bad. And then this leads us over to the Mazda, where we've got some soft touch trim, no fancy stitching in the door panel, but we do have fancy stitching inside. So that's nice. Getting in's easy, just like the CR-V. Looks like it's a little bit less spacious back here. A little bit less. And then we've got the vents and everything here in the rear. And then same thing with the sunroof, except this one's got a panoramic. But again, it's not bad. And then this leads us up front with the CR-V, where again we got that cool stitching across. See all the regular controls here for like the mirrors, memory seats. Got blind spotting with that as well. And then cool front seats, they are power adjustable. Like this on the dash, it's nice. And then let's see how the door is. Yeah, pretty solid. Got this cool gauge cluster. Now, being a hybrid, it does give you the information of what is happening. And Honda's hybrid system is a heavy regen system, and that's kind of why it gets so good around town, because it's constantly trying to regen and all that, and you can actually use the pedals and everything to help out with that. And you also have this cool little power flow, which is always fun. But yeah, this just has a normal backup camera. You've got some knobs here. It's kind of a normal touchscreen. We do have dual zone climate as well as heated seats with this. And then you've got your whole charging area up front. Nice shifter here. Drive mode select here. Our hill descent control. It's funny, it has hill descent. Anyways, some cup holders. Good storage inside here. I like the trim on top of the center console. Stitching too is very nice. And the design here across the dash. So it's very kind of like upscale feeling here. Got a regular rear view mirror and then a regular sunroof up top as well. And yeah, this leads us inside of the 50. Got fancy stitching. See all the controls here down below. Blind spot running with the mirrors. And then here's the front seat. Fancy and normal Mazda fashion. And of course, nice trim on the dash, just like the CR-V. Let's see how the door is. Yeah, solid. Got this cool 3-gauge layout. Just like the CR-V, it lets you know what's happening with the hybrid system. It still does regen and everything, of course, like the CR-V. Just kind of less focused on that kind of like one pedalish drive that you can do over there. Anyways, backup camera in reverse, pretty normal setup. And this isn't a touchscreen, so it's definitely a big departure from a lot of other modern cars. Still have heated seats, still have dual zone climate, got a lot of storage up here, and then you can see this whole area. Got your EV mode, which is always nice, and then your drive mode select as well. We have the control for the infotainment system. Center console in these is kind of interesting how it opens up on either side. Nice trim here on the top. See all across the dash. Regular rear view mirror and then panoramic sunroof in this. So it does have a bigger sunroof. Now when it comes to pricing, that one is almost 41 grand. That one is a little bit over 40,000, so they're almost the same price. Let's see which one performs the best. Well, let's set off in the Honda first, and we will do the Mazda second. It's not like full one pedal, but you do the B mode with the Hondas, and it's quite a bit of extra regen. And that's why, again, you're going to get the biggest benefit around town versus on the highway with this. And I think also the reason why this is not as good on the highway is just the engine size. I noticed that when you have 4 cylinders, and just engines in general, smaller displacement always seems to struggle more on with interstate driving than big displacement. The regen's aggressive for a traditional hybrid, but it's nice. See, it's a comfortable drive. Handling's good. Steering wheel's nice too with the trim and everything. Definitely has a premium feel overall. Interesting. Just seeing how aggressive or unaggressive I can make it. It's got good power. Interesting to see how the Mazda compares. Really is nice with how this performs. I like the snappiness of the transitions in this. It's nice. Very quick. It's kind of like the sportiest feeling hybrid. But again, I don't know if hybrid buyers care about that. Do you care about the transitions being super snappy so this feels a little bit quicker, or do you just care about how often you have to stop to fill up? I think it's probably the latter. But yeah, this drive's nice. So, yeah, with that being said, let's pop over into the 50 and see if it can beat the Honda, since it really is just a Toyota with Mazda skin now. If you don't know, the CX-50 powertrain is the RAV4 hybrid powertrain. So let's go check it out. Hey, CX-50. Back to back with the Honda. I will say right off the bat, feels like it's got more punch than the Honda. Interesting. So I'm really paying attention now to the transitions because of how sharp the Honda was. And yeah, this isn't quite as, can I just go back to auto? Yeah, there we go. This isn't quite as clicky, the transitions. A little bit different. I think that Honda hybrid's pretty underrated. Everyone always talks about Toyota's hybrids, but Honda does a pretty good job too. This is nice. It's got good grunt. Yeah, not bad at all. Then the rest of the car, I mean, they're both pretty similar in terms of noise insulation. Does the Mazda actually do the, you know, zoom better handling thing? I would say that, and compared to the Honda, they both just handle well. I wouldn't say that one's like way better than the other with handling. Just a little bit different. And they both have luxury interiors. So that's also kind of like an interesting point with this comparison. Let me know which one you would go for. I kind of lean, I don't know, I mean, it's tough. Features are pretty much the same. I kind of lean towards the Honda a little bit, but I like the exterior style of the 50 here way more. Like, it's really cool looking on the outside. I wish they did I kind of wish they did this with the CX-5. Because, I mean, then it would be like a no-brainer for me personally. I'd be like, yeah, Mazda all day long, I mean. So, either way, let me know which one you like the best out of this comparison. But it's interesting to see how the hybrid powertrains perform differently. This is smooth and just kind of like relaxed. Whereas the Honda's is still very smooth, but then it's got the sharp edge to it that you wouldn't expect. It's kind of cool.